The new Reconstruction baseball game. In 1895, Mr. John White of Culpeper, Virginia, a huge landowner and sponsor of the White College baseball team, the White Bears, aka the Claws, brought his 12-year-old youngest son, Howard, aka Bubba, an enthusiastic baseball fan like his father, to witness their first white team play a colored team at White Field in Washington, D.C. The game was between White College and Douglas Colored University baseball team, the Buffaloes, aka the Buffalo Soldiers. The exhibition game was advertised as the new Reconstruction baseball game. The game was supposed to be played at the Cotton State and International Exposition in Atlanta, Georgia, with White College playing Yancey Colored College baseball team, the Bulldogs, aka the Blue Dogs. Yet, the white business power structure in Atlanta decided against the game for a number of reasons that they did not publicize. However, the small colored power structure wanted the game to be played in Atlanta so that Dr. Booker T. Washington, the first president of Tuskegee Normal, an industrial institution, could witness it. Yet, again, behind closed doors, the Atlanta white business power structure replied that the cost to hold such an outrageous game was not in their budget. However, after hearing from the Atlanta white power structure, Mr. John White offered to sponsor the game with his own money and transport both teams by train, as long as they granted him 75% of the gate and Atlanta furnished the field and seating. Then they all would make a lot of money. Again, the Atlanta, Georgia white power structure totally refused. As soon as Mr. John White received news from Atlanta, Georgia, he met with the president of Douglas Colored University, Dr. Malcolm Dixon, and told him what they said. Dr. Dixon was calm and pleasant and not upset or angry by the information, which Mr. White expected him to be. Well then, replied Dr. Malcolm Dixon, pausing for a second, then continued, "Thank you, Mr. John White, for all your good intentions." Then he handed him a sheet of paper. "What is this, sir?" asked Mr. White. "Sir, this is a poem that one of our Douglas Colored University student athlete wrote for our baseball team to cheer when we play your team and running on to White's Field for the first time. And sir, I dearly and truthfully hope that you all don't take this personally after everything that you have done to make this historical baseball game happen. Do you want me to read? If so, Mr. White, or do you want to read it?" "I'll read it, sir," replied Mr. White. Then he pulled a handkerchief from his vest pocket and cleaned his spectacles. Then he cleared his throat and began to read. "We came to play this game in good faith and on a level field and pass the ninth inning if we must. We came to win this baseball game. Heck, we're just a good old colored baseball team." Mr. White looked startled. Then he laughed and asked, "Who on your baseball team wrote this poem?" "Well," replied Dr. Malcolm Dixon, "I cannot divulge his name at present, Mr. White. However, sir, after he hits his first 3 home runs, I'll tell you his name, sir."